Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. Today we're unpacking a really fascinating concept from a piece called The Architecture of Interchange. Have you ever felt like you're literally just banging your head against a brick wall, trying to make a situation, or let's be real, a person, bend to your will? Like secretly hoping your glare alone is going to make someone change their mind? It's completely exhausting, right? Well, today we're setting the stage for a pretty profound perspective shift on how we deal with those ultimate pull-your-hair-out frustrations. We're going to look at the actual blueprint of how we process challenges, and more importantly, how we can reclaim our energy.
Okay, let's dive into this. Are you currently trying to change someone else? Hey, it's okay to admit it. It's a deeply relatable human habit. Probably one of the most common traps we fall into, honestly. We naturally just think, if I can just control my external circumstances, if I can just make my partner or my boss or my family member act the way I want them to, then everything will finally be fine. And we end up pouring so much of our energy into this outward direction.
But the text makes a super direct, undeniable point right here. Trying to change others leads straight to intense frustration and disappointment. Frankly, trying to micromanage that coworker who always misses deadlines or forcing your partner to magically adopt your exact cleaning habits, it's a highly effective, practically guaranteed strategy for driving yourself completely crazy. It's a losing battle because at the end of the day, no matter how hard we try, someone else's actions are just not up to us.
Section 1. Shifting the focus inward. It's time to change what you actually control.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the clear contrast. Controlling the external world, that's fundamentally just not in our hands. But changing ourselves? That is entirely within our control. The core argument here is that accepting a situation exactly as it is and then adapting ourselves to it is vastly more effective. It's a total paradigm shift, Moving away from waiting for the world to change and instead changing how we choose to interact with that world.
Let's move to Section 2 and see how this builds, why this approach works. Let's look at the undeniable benefits of interchange.
So the crucial point here is personal empowerment. True empowerment doesn't come from successfully forcing the world into a specific shape. Actually, it comes when we stop waiting for external factors to just magically fix themselves. By focusing on our own personal growth and adaptation, we actually take control of our own destiny. We stop playing the victim of circumstance, and we start becoming the architects of our own lives.
Next up is radically reduced stress. The text notes that we really have to focus on letting go of the impossible. Think back to that intense frustration and disappointment we talked about earlier. When you finally accept what you cannot change, when you just drop the rope in that endless tug of war with reality, the stress basically vanishes. You directly remove this immense burden. It's like you simply stop fighting gravity.
And this brilliantly illustrates a super surprising cause and effect relationship. When we focus strictly on fixing our own behavior and our own reactions, we actually end up creating more harmonious relationships. It kind of seems like a paradox, right? But by fixing ourselves and managing our own reactions, we dramatically improve how we interact with the people around us. We stop projecting, we stop demanding, and harmony naturally follows. Now, of course, none of this happens without increased self-awareness. The source highlights that this whole approach requires honest self-reflection to identify our own shortcomings. This internal focus literally forces us to constructively look in the mirror. Instead of constantly pointing fingers at what everyone else is doing wrong, we have to hit pause and ask ourselves, okay, how am I contributing to this situation? What can I do better?
So let's bring all of this together. The true power of interchange rests on these 4 pillars: personal empowerment, reduced stress, improved relationships, and increased self-awareness. Seeing them laid out like this really reinforces how beautifully they work together. You become self-aware, which empowers you to act, which then reduces your stress, which inevitably improves your relationships. It's this incredible compounding loop that significantly increases our chances of positive outcomes in pretty much every area of life.
Section 3. Cultivating the change. Here's the practical application for building this architecture on a daily basis.
The text gives us a very clear, direct roadmap here. Step 1. Cultivate self-awareness. You have to actually notice your reactions before you act on them. Step 2. Practice self-compassion. Look, this is incredibly hard work and you definitely won't be perfect at it right away, so you gotta give yourself some grace along the journey. And step 3. Embrace personal growth. Step willingly into the challenge of evolving. These are the specific daily actions required to successfully navigate life's inevitable challenges with true resilience and ultimately peace of mind.
Remember, change starts within.
I really want to let that sink in for a second. This is basically the ultimate takeaway of our entire explainer today. The architecture of a better, less stressful life doesn't begin with a new job, a different boss, or a magically changed partner. It starts right here, entirely inside you.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final, slightly provocative thought to ponder as we wrap up. Look at the situations that are currently frustrating you. What will you choose to accept, and what will you choose to genuinely change about yourself today? Seriously, don't wait for tomorrow to build a better foundation. Take this framework and start applying it right now. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.